This summer, there was over 215 anime currently airing. Now, that's a lot of anime to pick what to watch from. So here's some random anime from that 215 that I think you should check out. If you're always looking for anime to watch, make sure you hit that subscribe button. I'm gonna be keeping everything short and simple. I'm gonna explain what the anime is about, and if you like it, go ahead and watch it. And with that said, let's get into it. First, we got an anime about a man who used to be a legendary detective, but is now just an old geezer. It's called Detectives These Days Are Crazy. Now, this one you can watch on Crunchyroll. It's set to have 12 episodes, each one 23 minutes long. The anime follows Nagumo, a man who was once a legendary detective, but when he was younger. And since then, time has really caught up to him, as he's now a middle-aged man who's still a detective, but his age really shows. Bro doesn't even know anything about modern life. He doesn't know how to work a smartphone. Dude is just clueless. This guy is so washed that he's always dreaming about the days where he was a legend. But now his life is kind of boring, and because he's old, he gets a lot of back pain. However, his life takes a turn when high schooler Mashiro barges into his life, hoping to become his apprentice. And although at first he says no because she's very young, after going on a quick little duo mission, he finally agrees to let her be his apprentice. And although he's a bit rusty, her wanting to learn more brings him back into the detective world. What an interesting detective duo. A middle-aged man who's stuck in the past, and a cheerful high schooler. If you were just kicked out of the strongest guild in the world, what would you do? Well, this guy decided to open up a restaurant. That's right, we got a food and a fantasy anime, a genre pair that seems to be reoccurring. And this one may be just as good. As I said from the start, this anime follows a man named Dennis, and he is part of one of the strongest guilds out there. Or should I say was, because after saving his entire guild from dying in a dungeon, he gets kicked out of the guild by one of his friends, or should I say ex-friend, who was the leader. And by the way, the dude was literally just following orders, and that led him to get kicked out. But even though he just got kicked out of the strongest guild, he doesn't really care, as he's been wanting to use his level 99 cooking skills for a while now. So after getting kicked out, he left the city and headed for the countryside to open up his own diner. Yeah, dude literally got kicked out of his guild and said, you know what, let's open a restaurant. Makes sense. And while gathering all the things that he needs to open up his restaurant, he sees a girl that was exiled from a noble household getting sold, and seeing the pain and sadness in her eyes, he decides to go on a bidding war for her to set her free. And after spending almost all of the money he had, he ended up buying her. And after getting her some clothes and making her look nice and giving her a place to stay, he ends up freeing her. And after making her a nice meal, instead of leaving him, she decides to stay to help him open up his new restaurant. Just two outcasts opening up a restaurant together. And funny enough, their first customer is also someone who was exiled from a guild. So yeah, a restaurant for outcasts. The anime is called Welcome to the Outcast Restaurant. You can watch it on Crunchyroll. It's set to have 12 episodes. So if you want to watch an anime that has that fantasy and dungeon action, while also food in it, this is the one to watch. This new anime is about a girl taking in a stray dog or cat. I don't really know. It's called With You and the Rain. You can watch this one on Crunchyroll. It's set to have 12 episodes, each one 22 minutes long. The anime follows Fuji, and on a rainy day, she decides to give her umbrella away. And while walking home in the rain, she finds a box with a strange animal in it. It turns out the animal was tossed to the streets and is looking for a new home. However, it's trying to pass as a dog. At first, she wasn't gonna take it in, but then it offered her an umbrella. And intrigued by this strange dog-like creature, she decides to take it in as her new pet. And again, she has no idea what this animal is. Now, this animal keeps trying to pass as a dog, even though it can literally write and do undog-like things. I think this animal is secretly like a lab animal, as it seems to be pretty smart. If you watch the first episode, it literally folded a box, and it can understand what the people are saying, and is literally writing on a notepad. And it keeps telling everyone that it's a dog, but it's obviously not a dog. But yeah, that's what this anime is about. It's a slice of life. It literally follows the life of a girl and the strange animal that she finds. It's honestly pretty cute so far. I really enjoyed the first episode. The animal's literally gaslighting people into thinking that it's a dog. So yeah, great stuff. Before I continue on, if you are enjoying this video, hit the like button and subscribe so I can give you some more anime recommendations. Anyways, moving on. Did you know that there's an anime about bowling? Yeah, that's right, bowling. I mean, who doesn't want to watch an anime about people bowling? I love watching a close-up on a ball knocking pins down. It's just so entertaining. You know, if they made an anime about golf interesting, they can definitely make an anime about bowling interesting. And how did they do that? Well, they transported the people bowling to the past. Time traveling and bowling definitely keeps things interesting. This is a new anime that's currently airing, and I'm not gonna lie, the ratings are not looking good for it. But hey, you never know until you watch it. It follows Mai, and she's the captain of her high school's bowling club. And she's a captain that doesn't really care about winning and cares more about if everyone's participating and enjoying it. Because if your team's not having fun, what's the point of that? However, one of the team members, Rina, does not agree with that and actually threatened to quit the club. And after trying to convince her to stay, Mai and Rina end up battling it out in a game of bowling. Now, the thing about Mai is that she has a little curse. Every time she plays, if she gets 3 strikes in a row with turkey, she follows it up with snake eyes, a split that is really hard to take down. Now, this is where things get interesting for this anime. During their game, the 5 club members randomly find themselves in a portal, getting transported transported to the past. And I'm not gonna lie, I don't really know what happens after that because I have not finished the second episode, and I don't think I'm going to. They're probably gonna have to bowl their way back home. I don't really know what else they're gonna do. It is a bowling anime. The anime is called Turkey Time to Strike, and you can watch it on Crunchyroll, airing every Tuesday. So you know, if you don't got nothing to do on a Tuesday night, why not watch an anime about bowling? Sounds like fun. My Dress Up Darling Season 2 is finally airing. That's right, after 3 long years, My Dress Up Darling is back. But yeah, the new season is set to have 12 episodes, each one 23 minutes long, and you can watch it on Crunchyroll. The first episode starts with an anime within an anime, which is kind of cool. Then it goes right into the opening, which is a banger. If you thought the last season's opening was good, this one's also really good. But I will say, Season 1's ending is still on top for me. Anyways, the anime follows Gojo, and he's a boy who is obsessed with Hina dolls. He spends most of his time trying to perfect the art of making Hina dolls. However, he's not really good at making them, but he's really good at making them clothes. And one day, while making one of his dolls' clothes in the school's sewing room, the school's pretty girl Marin Kitagawa walks in on him. Now, when that happened, he got actually pretty embarrassed and thought that she was gonna make fun of him. But to his surprise, she didn't. And she was actually really excited, as she too had a secret hobby that no one knows about. And that is that she loves the cosplay. However, she's not really good at making cosplays for herself, and it ends up not looking like the character at all. I mean, just look at it. She tried. But because of that, she came up with the idea of Gojo making the cosplays for her. Now, even though he's never made human clothes, he decides to give it a try, thus starting the two's unexpected relationship. And yeah, that's what the anime is about. It's honestly really good. I 100% recommend this anime if you like romance anime. The manga actually recently finished, and it was a masterpiece. So if you don't want to watch the anime, you might as well go read it, because it's done. And there you go. Those are some summer anime for you to watch. Let me know in the comments if you've seen them or if you're gonna watch it, and also your thoughts on them. And with that said, I have nothing else to give to you. So hit the like button, subscribe, and peace.